Hello, avid readers, book nerds, and casual observers. Welcome to the read along brought to you by the Lit Round Table. I'm Joseph.
And I'm Anna, and this is our read along of Star Wars Queen's Shadow by E.K. Johnston.
Welcome, everyone, to the final episode of Queen's Shadow.
Woohoo! We finished the book.
And consequently, this is our last read-along episode, and the last episode that is likely to be uploaded for Lit Round Table.
Yeah. Kind of bittersweet, for sure. But it sure has been fun. Yeah.
It has been fun, and I'm definitely happy with what we've accomplished and the fun times that we've had. It's good to look back on.
For sure. We did a whole episode reflecting, so if you've only been tuning into the read-along, which that would be shocking to me, but if that's you,
Hey.
If you want more information about why we're coming to a close on this chapter, you can listen to that. The last... What did we call it?
Honey.
What did I call it?
The last one.
The last adventure.
Finale. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, the last adventure into all things storytelling. It's out on our YouTube and where you can listen to podcasts.
All the places.
Too.
Yeah.
So.
Well, the final chunk of this here book. What were your thoughts on the conclusion?
I have many thoughts, actually. Where do you want to start? I guess I've got thoughts about what happened with the Senate, and I've got thoughts about the epilogue.
Oh, of course. Really quick before we dive in, I just want to acknowledge there's like noises coming from outside right now. I think there's like kids in the pool, and the gate that gets to the pool can be rather loud when it clangs shut. So apologies if any of that is present. I cannot control the pool traffic.
Nope, all good.
So, anyway, yes, your thoughts.
Where do you want me to start?
Let's just start with like how we tied a bow on the like disaster aid crisis.
Oh.
And all that stuff.
Okay, so.
And the Clovis stuff.
Yeah. So I want to talk about that. I want to talk about the Bonteri stuff because I have specific thoughts about that. And then also the epilogue. So I've got kind of like 3.5 because the Clovis stuff kind of ties in with the relief stuff. Not surprised that the initial motion failed. I don't actually think Bonteri was trying to get it accomplished.
No. It was not in good faith at all.
It was really cool to see Padme like buckle down and put her whole heart and soul into something like that and really like put all the puzzle pieces together. I thought that was very cool. We really got to see her, like this whole book we've gotten to see her really excel in some things. But I feel like this was her real moment to shine. Honestly.
Yeah.
And that was really cool to see. Do you want to comment on that first?
Yeah, I think that... There's that gate again. Sorry. I think that seeing her work... Like, she does work well with Clovis, which, like...
is annoying.
I'll say begrudgingly, given like where they left off in this. Like... They were able to put their heads together and come up with a solution to a problem. And I think it was really cool to see her kind of flex in that way. Because, you don't see... I mean, you see her do some really cool stuff in the movies, but you don't... Like, you know that she's a senator.
Right.
You don't get to see her be good at being a senator.
Right, you don't get to see any political process, really. It's just her existing in that space.
Right.
For the most part.
Yeah. So that was really cool. I agree with you, the Bonteri. Sorry.
To that end, I mean, so part of that was the execution of the plan, too, once her motion got passed to get Malastare and Kashyyyk and everyone else involved.
Yeah.
And we had that, I just want to quickly mention, we had the classic space fight for just like a
We
brief
did.
half a chapter, which I was like, oh yes, this is a Star Wars book, because like every other Star Wars book I've ever read, which has been many, has at least one of those, if not multiple. So it was like, ah, yes, we've checked that off the this is a Star
Yeah.
Wars book list.
I mean, dare I say, it's not a Star Wars story without a Star War. So
Right, right,
you need some kind of a space battle in order for it to be classified as
right,
Star
right.
Wars. Which we did get one, and it was with pirates, which is interesting. Yeah, so I will say, yeah, Bonteri was not trying to help at all, and she's, in my mind, she's in Palpatine's pocket, and she's talking like the creepy hooded
Oh,
figure,
for sure
like
is
it's yeah,
Darth Sidious. Sidious.
yeah,
She might be like, I don't know if she's force sensitive at all, but the way
that'd
that
be
she's
interesting.
being talked to by this cloaked figure, I'm like, oh, she's being treated like an apprentice. We don't know
Yeah,
when Dooku becomes an apprentice after Maul. Like, we don't know if there's a gap in there.
yeah,
Obviously, Darth Sidious has other people that he puppets, but yeah, she's very clearly working with the Dark Lord.
yeah. And that's actually a good point. Like, is she talking to Sidious or is it Dooku? Because she says in episode 2 when they're like, "Who's trying to kill you?" She's like, "I think Count Dooku's behind it." And I always said like, I want to see like where does her like mistrust of this Count Dooku person come
Right, it's very
from? Like, how does
random.
she even know who he is? So maybe that's who this is. And it's just kind of, see, for me, I listened to this one, so without it being Christopher Lee's voice, it's hard to identify that it's Count Dooku that's being spoken to, right? Or at least the voice actor from the Clone Wars show too. He's got a very distinct voice.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
maybe
I assumed it was
if you're
Palpatine,
reading,
but
yeah,
Dooku's a good theory too.
because Dooku's the one that's like kind of pulling the strings with this whole separatist movement.
That's true.
So
That's
he might
super
be
valid.
like, maybe he's this cloaked figure that she's speaking to. Either way, it's the bad guys.
It's definitely a Sith of some kind.
And like, oh no, which person in the Senate leaked the information to the pirates? I bet it was that nasty Newt Gunray. Well, I think it was Monteri. And
I would go as far as to say I think it's Palpatine.
well, I mean, right, but who can do it safely
Right.
where like there's not a trail that leads back to Palpatine.
Right.
Like he's not going to call the pirates on his cell phone and be like, "Hey, Hondo," or whatever the pirate's name
Right.
is from Clone Wars.
Right.
Go attack this shipment, bro. He's going to be like, "Hey, Bonteri, call this person, and then that person will call this person, and then this will happen." You know. So that's what I think happened, and that's why she didn't go with, because she knew that they were going to be attacked by pirates.
Not only did she not go with, she completely detached herself from the whole thing. She gave her presentation, it failed, and then she was a ghost. She did not exist. Which is crazy.
Yeah, which makes me think of the initial proposal, which is kind of like a virtue signal of like, oh, look at me trying to like provide disaster relief. Oh no, it failed. Shucks. Looks like the Trade Federation's going to basically buy the planet. Bummer.
Yeah, that was crazy.
Right. So it's yeah. So us as outside observers with like other information about what's going to happen in the future are clearly like, she's bad. She's shady.
Yes.
Bad lady.
Yes, for sure.
So, yeah, that's what I think happened there. And I think that future books, there's going to be definitely more of a rivalry where she's going to realize that this lady is not on her side. And
Well, she's already
like she's got,
deeply unsettled by these conversations she keeps overhearing with the cloaked figure. So, yeah.
and then there's the whole weird Clovis moment where he just like kisses her out of nowhere. Like,
Yeah.
like seemingly out of nowhere. And like, I want like, if I could try to be in his head Like, what did she even do that made you think that this was an appropriate time?
Oh.
Like, yes, you were working together. Like, she was like, okay, good job. You got on a first name basis with her. Guess it's time to kiss.
Right.
Like, shut up, bro. Like, what
Right.
do you mean?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I saw it coming, but only because it's a book.
Yeah, like, I saw it coming eventually.
If I were Padme, I would
like,
not have seen it coming.
Yeah.
So.
Like, of course, she did nothing.
No.
If there were any signals, he completely imagined them and just was seeing and hearing what he wanted to see and hear.
Which also, but
So-
for the record, even if she had given any kind of hints that she was interested, like, consent is
Right.
king. Like, you.
And she even said that.
Right.
She was like, how dare he, like, do
Yeah.
this without, like, he just kissed me and didn't even, like,
Didn't ask.
Like-
didn't give any hints
Yeah.
that was happening. Yeah, it was crazy.
he didn't, like, do the whole book thing where he leaned in halfway to let me, like, lean away or close the distance. No, it was just smooch.
Right.
Like,
And then anger
You
that
creep.
she was, like, put off by
yeah.
it.
Double creep.
Right.
Freaking banker's kid. Get out of here.
Right. Right. You were uninvited to this party. Get out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Gross. So that was icky, and then he got mad and left, and now I'm like, ooh, you're gonna have a hard time working with him in the future. Not that you even necessarily want to after this, but I feel like we're getting the villain roster, right? We're getting the opposition roster, and there's Monteri and now Clovis. I feel like he's gonna, like, have a chip on his shoulder and kind of try to do some shady things to undermine her just out of spite,
Yeah.
because that fragile male ego.
We also got the Sabe showing up to tell Padme in, like, the most not undercover way possible
yeah.
that Newt Gunray was acquitted, basically. Found not guilty.
She really, like, the real life equivalent to what she did was she, like, screeched up to the house and then, like,
Broke a window.
broke the window, jumped through the window, somersaulted in, and said, "My queen, he's been acquitted."
Right,
Like,
it was crazy.
Girly. Like, my seedy underworld connections tell me. Like, it was so not subtle, but it was
Perfect.
kind of funny.
But it was also like, come on, man. You've been so careful. What is happening right
Yeah.
now? Yeah.
So that was amusing, but
So Newt
yeah, so
Gunray is still
Gunray's
on the
off the
list,
hook.
obviously. But
I mean, he was still off the hook at the time of, Attack of the Clones. Like,
Right.
he's like leading the Trade Federation in the Separatist faction. So, all of this does make it makes me laugh even more now. Like in episode 2, when Padme, like, picks the lock on her chains and, like, climbs the chains to the top of the pillar, like in the Geonosis, like, death arena. He's like, she can't do that. Shoot her or something. It's like, he's just silly villain.
he is a silly
like,
villain, for sure.
Like his hate of her is just so obvious.
Well,
and silly.
and just his, like, inability to accept when something doesn't go the way he thought it was going to go.
yeah.
Like, no, there are two of them.
Yes.
What? Yeah.
Who else do we know like that? Clovis. Clovis is kind of like
Yeah.
that too.
Yes.
Yeah, man. So the villains are piling up. The adversaries are being revealed slowly but surely.
But the true allies are too. Like, she and Mon Mothma are actually, like, together
Yeah.
now. She and
And
Organa
Organa.
actually, like, good
Yeah.
teammates here. So, like, she's got people on her side too, for sure.
Yeah.
It did have the brief mention of, I don't remember which, was it Mon Mothma she was talking to about having another representative from her planet to help kind of divide and conquer some of these things. And she's like, oh, I've got someone in mind. I'm like, are you kidding me? You're going to hand pick Jar Jar Binks? This wasn't like an accidental thing where he got selected by the Gungans. You're going to go to the Gungans and say, I want Jar Jar Binks to be our planetary representative on the Senate floor.
He's a hero, Anna.
I know. He's just also an idiot. I mean, look, I love Jar Jar. I also kind of hate him. I can have both.
Like his whole shtick is that he's clumsy and messes up a lot. Like that's his whole thing.
But he fails forward.
Well, he's going to fail forward into giving Palpatine emergency powers that he'll never
Yeah, I
relinquish.
know.
So,
I know. I'm just saying, like, the only reason he's a war hero is because he accidentally did a bunch of stuff.
right.
He accidentally tripped on a battle droid's severed arm and shot some other
Yeah.
battle droids. Like, he just
Yeah.
is the epitome of failing upward.
It's just comical.
It's so funny. But so, like, the fact that she's actively choosing him is mind-boggling to me. But anyway.
Right. Right.
I mean, to be fair, she doesn't say that. But the minute she said she had someone in mind, I'm like, oh, it's going to be Jar Jar. It's going to be Jar Jar.
Not her former handmaiden who's like getting into politics now. No.
Right.
Imagine being her. And then then Jar Jar gets picked.
I will say,
Well,
I think that
like
picking a Gungan representative to join her is the correct move. I just don't think it's Jar
correct.
Jar.
Yeah.
In fact, I think it might be literally any other Gungan.
Like you should let Boss Nash choose.
Right.
Let Boss Nash choose the Gungan that gets
Right.
sent to represent them.
Right.
Let the Gungans vote on it. maybe the Gungans would still vote for Jar Jar because he's like a hero or whatever. But
Maybe.
man, good grief.
Anyway, that made me laugh.
Yeah. Yeah. But epilogue.
Wild.
That I did not expect that time jump.
I didn't
to
either.
Post episode 3.
I didn't either. But it made me... Okay, do you remember in the first episode where I was like, oh, the way they're describing Padme floating in the water reminds me of how she's in the funeral pyre at the end of episode 3.
Yes.
So then to have it loop to that was kind of satisfying. And I was like, I caught it. There was for sure
at me.
meant to be... Like, that was... We were closing a loop there.
You were on the same wavelength as the author.
I was, and I am very
Yeah.
pleased with myself for that. But yeah, this was not the epilogue I was expecting for this book.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. I was expecting some kind of dramatic reveal with like Bonteri, like who she's talking to, or some kind of something with Clovis, some like menacing thing with like the banking clan being allied with the Trade Federation, or something weird like that that's more menacing. But no, we get to just like smash cut to Padme's funeral. That's crazy. And then seeing Sabe and Tanra's reaction to that, and like, what are we gonna do? And then she's like on the warpath, like, I'm gonna find out what the heck happened. Like, she couldn't have just died. This is crazy. This is stupid. Like, she's dead. Kenobi's dead. Anakin's dead. Like, she's listing all the people that are dead now. She's like, I'm gonna and an empire backed by Sheev Palpatine. Like,
Yeah, she's so mad.
I thought that was a really funny, like, she couldn't even conceive, like Palpatine in her mind is just this like this old man, you know.
Yeah.
She does not have him in her head as like the most powerful Sith Lord in the galaxy who's like a space wizard.
Right. No, not at all.
But I'm curious to see what that conversation's like with her and Organa. Like, how much does Organa tell her? Like,
Right. By the way, I have Padme's daughter, and I took her son to Obi-Wan. Well, no. I took her son to Anakin's aunt and uncle.
home planet.
Or Anakin's brother and whatever. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
To Luke's
yeah.
aunt and uncle.
So like she's like about to be on the warpath, and she gets this call from Organa, and I'm thinking it's probably going to be like, hey, like she died in childbirth. I took one of the kids. The other one went elsewhere. Like, so she's going to get some peace of mind, at least, with like how it happened. But maybe there'll still be a part of her that distrusts that and is like, no, there's more to it. Because even us as the audience, are like, she has lost the will to live. Stupid, dumb plot choice. What are you talking about?
Right. Oh, yeah, okay. You've just unlocked something in me. that is Padme's death and that she lost the will to live. Like, you can't tell me that freaking Padme Amidala doesn't have it in her to pull it together for her children.
Right.
This humanitarian beast of a woman isn't going to pull it together for her 2 kids.
Right. Like dying of heartbreak.
Over a boy.
Like, I understand. It can, like,
no, it does
dying of
happen.
Heartbreak,
but it doesn't happen to Padme
especially
Amidala.
when your boy turns into, like, mass murderer, killer of children, like that's rough. That's a really rough time, buddy. But I agree with you that,
like, she has
like,
so much
having,
resolve in her pinky finger.
Yeah. Crazy.
The most plausible thing is the fan theory that Palpatine, like, somehow stole her life force and gave it to Anakin.
I was about to go into that. I was like, that's why I kind of subscribe to that fan theory of Palpatine, like, dark side killing her from a distance, like forcing that to happen. Because I think he was going to force that to happen no matter what.
Yeah.
Like, and that's why Anakin started having these dreams about her dying, because Palpatine was going to make it happen. Because he was just engineering a situation to get Anakin as his apprentice.
Yeah.
So, yeah, man. So I'm curious if, like, the next book is going to have another post episode 3 epilogue, or if the next book just takes place after. I don't think it takes place after episode 3, because it's like, there's still so much, like, stuff to cover with Padme as the main character. Right. You know? Right. She deserves more.
She does. And I think she will get it. So yeah, I agree. I kind of want to read it, like, right now, but I think I'll wait until we can read it together.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah. We got to read Mistborn next. I'm excited.
Yeah.
So.
Oh,
yeah,
we also,
I really...
the book also, the epilogue had confirmation about Quarish Panaka becoming, like,
oh, the Moff.
Yeah. And kind of, like, a bad dictator.
Right.
Which is super upsetting.
Right. That is sad, because we like Panaka in episode 1.
A lot.
Yep. So overall, what would you rate the book on the 1 to 5?
I mean, look, it's a YA book. But, and it's a Star Wars book. So, like, I usually classify those in my head differently than, like...
Yeah.
Because they are beholden to a certain set of already existing rules within the IP.
Yeah.
But, like, as far as Star Wars books goes, this is up there. This is like a 4.75.
Okay.
Like, they're
for Star Wars books for you.
Yeah. I feel like they get their own barometer. Like, it's really good. There are some slow moments.
Yeah.
But I think that might be by virtue of it being a YA book, maybe.
Yeah, and it's shorter. It's like less heavy.
Right.
It's not. Yeah, it's way less heavy than Poppy War.
It's so much lighter, and it's lighter than, like, most of the other Star Wars books I've read in my life.
Yeah. I would give it. So I haven't read a ton of other Star Wars books, so I don't have that same, like, like, barometer that you have for gauging them. So comparing it to all the other books that we've read on the pod, I would give it a solid, like, 3.5.
Yeah, if I'm going to compare it to, if I'm comparing it to the N.K. Jemisin books and the Scott Lynch books, like, those are all superb. So yeah, I think compared to those, this gets like a 3.5. I think that's fair.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm saying. That's what I mean. Like, it's hard to rate books because they get judged by different standards. I don't think it's fair to judge books by all the same standard all the time.
I wish I had, like, kept a note of, like, how I ranked the other books and didn't just gut feeling it every time, because I'm like, what did I rank? A Magic Steeped in Poison. What did I rank that one? Did I do that one like a 3.5 or 3.75.
I don't remember.
know.
I think we're probably also looking at this one differently because it's the last one we're doing this for.
It is the last one.
But even, okay, so like my all-time favorite Star Wars book is The Courtship of Princess Leia, which is so incredible. But it is just like the most wild ride.
Yeah.
And my suspicion is that if these Padme books were written for an adult audience, they probably would have done all three of them in one book. Potentially.
Yeah. This whole book does kind of feel like an Act 1 moment, you know?
Yes.
I could, yeah.
Because like those other EU books are so dense.
Yeah.
In a lot of ways. But
which is part of what kind of intimidated me about them, being 3 years younger than you,
right.
and seeing you just like chewing through these books, and I'm just
right.
like just hearing you talk about the different plot points. I'm like, now there's like Yu Zhongvong, and now there's bug people, and there's this blue guy, and like all this,
it's intimidating.
All
for
this
sure.
stuff. And like Luke has a wife and kids, and like the Solos have kids, and one of them's name is Ben, and it's like there's like all this stuff. Tanel Ka, you know, there's just such a big cast.
Yeah.
Such a big cast.
For sure.
So it was intimidating, but you know, now the actual canon stuff is like still just as there's still like just as many characters. Like
right. They're just less familiar for me. Yeah.
Yeah.
So. Yeah, I mean, it's not. If I were to rank it against The Courtship of Princess Leia, if that's like the pinnacle Star Wars book for me, then this is probably still like a 4.
Cool.
So I'll adjust my ranking.
Giving Courtship a 5.
Right.
If Courtship is 5.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sure.
So it's still very good. I would still highly recommend it.
Yeah, and I do want to read the other ones just to like, because it's just cool seeing like the glimpse behind the curtain of like it just makes her character so much more than
right,
you know, Darth Vader's dead wife
right,
who gets kind of murked for the sake of continuing on Anakin's like
right.
story. You know, it makes her a much more like breathed out character. So that's really cool. I appreciate that.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
Me too.
Well, we're going to read Mistborn on our own.
Yes.
I'm very excited
I'm
about
excited
that.
too.
And if you're listening to this, dear listener, you should also read Mistborn.
Joseph's been trying to sell us on that for the 5 years that we've been doing this.
So, if you do, have fun. There's so many other YouTubers out there that do content of like book reviews and especially like Brandon Sanderson stuff. So you can find plenty of things about Mistborn that isn't us.
Right.
When you do read that.
Right.
But yeah. That's all I got for Queen's Shadow though.
Yeah. Thanks for reading it with me.
Thanks for suggesting
You're
it.
welcome. You're welcome.
It was fun.
It was fun.
So this is the last one. So there's
Hyperventilating.
there's no until next time.
Right.
So I'll just say the same thing I said at the end of the last episode, and that is to just go out there and keep reading stories and read stories that you like and keep telling stories, because that is one of the best things about being human.
Yeah. And instead of saying, we'll talk at you next time, I will say, go find someone to talk to about the stories you're reading and writing and loving. Because that's also the beautiful thing about being human, is getting to share the stories we love with one another. So.
Yeah. So, later.